and welcome to today's episode of Intern Interruption. Welcome to our guest today, Todd Grisham.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me on the show.
Thank you for being here. We really appreciate it. So
Yeah.
I wanted to talk to you a little bit. You mentioned that you dressed up today because some of our guests have not been dressing up to par.
Well, listen, I watched one of your first episodes. This was Randy Scott.
Yes.
And he dressed down so much that I felt like I had to wear a tuxedo to dress twice as well as I would normally dress, or twice as good.
Step up the game.
Look at Randy's shirt. It's like a Fruit Loop looking thing. He bought it Bargain Basement or something like that. No makeup. He looks like a pale, pasty white vampire. This is important to you guys because this is your interns. You're trying to use this to get a job and that maybe you can have for the rest of your life. Your future depends perhaps on this show. And Randy treats it like it's on UHF television, okay? He dressed like a bag lady, and for that I'm sorry. But seriously, I do love Randy. He's got to be one of my top 4 or 500 friends. So
far you're doing pretty well as far as guests go because like you said, Randy dressed down, and Kevin actually stole our lunch. I don't know if you heard that story.
Okay.
He
doesn't surprise me.
We brought him chicken nuggets, and I gave him the bag, thinking he would take the one set of chicken nuggets for himself and leave the rest for us for lunch.
Selfish person.
He walked off with them. That's okay. It's fine.
But thanks for the gift that you brought me.
You don't know that we don't have a gift.
You can see it in your eyes.
My eyes.
I can see it in your eyes.
What's your take on the 2015 Falcons? Fun fact: Matt Ryan went to the same grade school as my dad.
Really? And who's turned out more wealthy, your dad or Matt Ryan?
I'd have to say Matt Ryan.
I would say your dad because he brought up a daughter like you.
That was so sweet.
Drop the mic.
That was good.
And cut.
Interview over. I'm an Eagles fan. Can you give me your take on Sam Bradford, Mark Sanchez, Tim Tebow, Matt Barkley, any of our quarterbacks?
Tim Tebow has established himself by winning that one playoff game.
Oh my gosh.
That it should be him in the starting lineup for the Eagles.
But
you don't like Tim Tebow?
I do not like Tim Tebow. I'm sorry, America.
As a person too, huh?
Well, okay, he insulted Notre Dame, which is my favorite team.
I will say this, Notre Dame is a Catholic university, right? Touchdown Jesus, and there's no bigger fan of Jesus than Tim Tebow. I feel like that alone should make you a Tim Tebow fan.
But he insulted Notre Dame for
Isn't Christianity based on forgiveness and turning the other cheek? I feel like you're in the wrong here, and maybe you should apologize to Tim Tebow.
I don't think that I need to apologize to Tim Tebow. I think Tim needs to apologize to Brady Quinn and Notre Dame.
You're going to HE double hockey sticks.
Wow. That escalated quickly. This interview has gone from very nice, complimentary, to very rude. So maybe you're not our top guest anymore. Now, Samantha, I believe, has some relevant pop culture topics to talk to you about. Like I said, she's not very hip, so maybe outdated. We'll see how it goes. But thank you so much for joining us today.
I appreciate you having me on. And I look forward to hearing about how you guys get your first jobs in television and how I was at least a small sliver of the reason why.
A huge part. We'll give you all the credit.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Todd, again for coming on the show. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Well, you used to work for the WWE, is that correct?
That is correct.
So how did you make that transition from WWE to ESPN? And were you always a wrestling fan growing up?
As a kid, I was a wrestling fan. Okay. I loved it. And then I kind of grew up.
Okay. Did you ever wrestle in high school?
I did not wrestle in high school. I didn't fight much either.
You didn't fight much? Did you get in fights?
I got a fight one time with another guy named Todd. It was Todd versus Todd.
In
Bayman, Alabama. Well, it was very controversial because I grew up very religious, and I felt like turn the other cheek was literally meant turn the other cheek. So like when people would hit me, I would just kind of do this. But this guy kept coming. I said, I want to fight you. I don't want to fight you. And then he kind of caught me with a couple, and I just like that, and I missed his chin, but I hit his throat. And apparently that's a really good strike. So the kid goes down on one knee, and he can't breathe. And all my friends are like, jump on him, kick him, do this, do that. And I backed off, and so I kind of won the fight.
How old were you?
Kind of remember Jesus Take the Wheel? The song?
Yes.
I felt like I did that.
You were very religious growing up.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm as religious anymore, but I do attend church.
Okay. Are you a singer then?
No. Well, had a band in college.
What?
We weren't good. When I say a band,
okay,
it was me and this other 2 dudes, and they played guitar and I sang. And we thought it'd be funny to say that the name of our band was Done, so that if we ever got introduced, they'd be like, hey, here comes Done. And then at the end, we'd be like, we're done, dude. That's how bad we were. I don't have to tell you anything about the songs. That's how bad it was.
So
I had hair as long as yours. I had hair as long as yours.
Really?
Yeah.
Can we get some pictures?
I might be able to dig one up.
Oh,
you may find it so attractive, you'll be like, oh my God.
Did you have a man bun?
He was so hot. No, it was like straight.
You never wore it up?
I wore like a little ponytail.
Man buns are like a thing now.
What's a man bun?
when guys have long hair and they put them up in a bun. Man bun.
Oh, I never put it in a bun. I'll
day.
soon have 3 daughters.
Really?
I have 2 now and 1's coming in September. I was going to ask you, what do you think would be the best sport to put them in? I was thinking mixed martial arts.
I don't know about that one. I used to do, when I was little, I did ballet and gymnastics. Then I got kicked out of gymnastics because they told me I was too big. I was a large child.
Were? I'm kidding, come on. You're very thin.
I was a large child, and they're like, you're too big to do gymnastics, too tall. I was always taller than everyone and all the boys.
How tall are you now?
5'8".
That's not too tall.
It is.
That's like right in my wheelhouse.
But I was like that kid that sprouted up first.
Are you getting hot right now? Because I feel, even though I'm wearing a 3-piece tuxedo, maybe that's what it is? Intern Interruption.
Well, thank you so much for coming on.
I thought you were gonna whip and nay-nay. What happened to that?
Yeah, neither of us know how to do it because, like she said, we're
Bring her
very
in here.
unhip.
Come on in.
Come on, Megan. Let's bring you out to dance.
So play some fake music and just kind of dance us off the air. Ready?
Yeah. Oh, I'm not gonna whip. I'm just gonna dance.
You're just gonna nay-nay. And we whip, and we nay-nay, and we whip, and we nay-nay, and we whip, and we nay-nay. Now you go. We are the both look stupid. Look at you all prim and proper.
I'm judging. That's all I'm doing.
I can tell you're judging me. You judge me since
Mostly just her.
Wow, look at that. Boom.